Oh, fresh orange and carrot juice. It's Saturday. I'm here at Cafe Gervasio. Look at that. I've got arugula salad. Okay. It's got lentils. It's got garbanzos, which is chickpeas. It's got spinach. It's got watercress. It's got a little bit of chopped feta over the top of it. Lovely. Lovely. Looking after my body. Always got to have the coffee though. Oh, salamat mum. And then the best panini in Davao City. Yeah. It is hot, thick. Oh, look at that. Absolutely stunning. Really, really nice. I'm going to enjoy my lunch. So when I first came to the Philippines, I had glasses and they were issued by Vision Express, and here in the malls you have Vision Express, so they're able to look on their website or their eye test charts and bring up the information about my strength of my glasses. Now, over the years, due to my car accident, this eye here, my right eye, has been re-engineered and new lens and done stuff with it, so that's clearer. This eye is the eye I was born with, and it gradually is degenerated through a thing called myopia. And this eye here isn't degenerating through myopia because it's been played with and it's got metal inside my eye. The pressure goes up and down of my eye, which is called glaucoma. Now with those two together, I can see properly. One eye like that, I'm looking at my screen and I can see the outline of my face and see what that is. But that is all blurred. It's not because of the pressure going like this and moving in and out. This one, on the other hand, there are bits missing. So there's bits here that are really blurred. The vegetation is in focus, but my face isn't. That's why you can see my finger bouncing around, because I don't know where I need to point it, because I can't see my finger. Yeah. Ah, there's my finger. Okay, there we go. So living here in the Philippines with a health issue is quite hard sometimes, but it depends what your health issue is. If it's your heart, that's quite up there. You know, my eyes are quite up there, but not really, because I can go out in the daytime because there's lots of light and there's lots of sunshine. My eyes work fairly well, apart from detail, and it's a detail like writing an email or checking into a bank account or using your PIN number or looking at an airport flight board and stuff like that. All that becomes an issue for me. It becomes an issue. When it's at night time, it's a bigger issue, because my eyes can't distinguish between depth, non-depth, height, non-height, width, non-width. It doesn't bring it into focus, which means the eye becomes lazy because it looks at it and says there's nothing there, so it becomes a void. And at night that becomes quite difficult for me. So at night I don't go out anymore at night because when I'm looking at the road, if there's a pothole or there's an open culvert drain, which is everywhere in the Philippines, I can't see that. And sometimes, a couple of weeks ago, I stepped out of somebody's house. This is the design of people's houses. I stepped out of somebody's house. There was 2 steps down and an open manhole, and I trod it into the manhole. Yeah, my left leg went into the manhole, and because I fell left, I didn't do any damage to my leg. I just got a scrape. That was it. If I'd have fallen forward, I would have put weight on my shin and I would have broken my leg. Yeah, I would have, and that is a serious issue. That's what I find very, very difficult. And the other, on the same night, I turned around and somebody was getting in the back of their car and it's got a tail hatchback on the back, and I couldn't see it because it was in the line of the tailgate. So I walked into it and I bashed my head here. Got like a little scar in there. Nothing but it's things like that that I took. Well, okay, all right. So I tend to walk with my hand out at night. And people think I'm Lulu, or I'm not all in, or I'm not. Oh, I do like the fish. So living with that will become more difficult for me. Maybe in 10 years' time, I might be, totally blind, and I'll be homebound. I hope not. I hope not. But there is a thing that they can do. They can, I think, so what here, let's put some context on that. So here, you go get your eye test, then they give you a referral to go to an eye specialist at Metro Hospital, which is down near DAVAO Light on JP L'Oreal. Second floor, young lady in there, very, very nice, optometrist. Puts me on a machine, does all this stuff with things and all that, you know what I mean, blowing in your eye and all that stuff. Anyway, she turned around and she said that she's explaining to me 3 times. That I need to go to this other doctor down in, where is it? Illustrious. So I go down and see him. He then puts on this thing that looks like it comes from outer space on his own head and asks me to look at this dot on the wall, like that. And then he turns around and he bright light, stuff like that, into my eye from this gizmo thing he's got on his head, and turns around. And his advice is to me that he can give me an injection each month into my eye, ooh. So there we go. Consistency, see? Different here, it's got a little bit of black pepper. But there we are, consistency. So, eyesight, my eyesight. Let's talk about that, shall we? Into my eye, this side, 3 years ago it was 60,000 peso. Now it's 84,000 peso for this side, and 84,000 peso for this side. Now you might turn around and say, well, that's money well spent. Well, £1,000 every month to inject into this eye, and £1,000 every month to inject into this eye is £2,000 every month, with no guarantee that it would work. And that is the thing. If I'm going to put my body through something, I want it to repair. I don't want somebody just sticking needles in me and turning around and saying, oh, it's mind over matter. You don't mind, I matter, I'm going to take you £2,000. It's balancing what you can do and what you should be doing. Now, as there's no guarantee that it will work, the question I ask, what's the downside? Well, it might make it worse. But worse than now? Yeah, because when they put the fluid, whatever the chemical is, inside your eye, it will turn round and have a reaction to your body and the chemicals in your eye. So it could cause irreversible damage through fogging of my lens on the inside, not the outside. Outside you can just get a cataract and you can get it removed. But inside the eye, it's like trying to repair a golf ball. How do you repair the golf ball inside once you put something in it? It's not going to come out, is it? It's going to be there. It's just going to build up over time. So if I'd have started this course of injections 4 years ago, it was £1 million peso a year, first year, £1 million peso second year, maybe £1.5 million the third year, £1.5 million the fourth year, £2 million the fifth year, £2 million the sixth year. It adds up. Now, I went back to the UK in 2022, 2023, and I went to the hospital in London, and they confirmed exactly what was being said here to me. And I spoke to somebody that was having the same injections in their eyes in Manchester, and it was the same price, and it wasn't covered on your NHS fully, it was partially covered, and then you turn around and have to make a payment. Now, I asked all the same questions and got all the same answers. So I had to make a decision to live with it, and the food you're going to see in the video today is the food that helps reduce my blood pressure. Because if my blood pressure goes up, the arteries or the veins in the eyes, because they're very, very fine, they're very, very minute, they can sometimes pop, which then gets blood inside the eye, which then drifts through the line of vision, and that's called floaters. Now those floaters go around inside your eye, and so you're looking at something, and then all of a sudden you've got like a little black worm. Now sometimes I get them and sometimes I don't. At present I don't have any, and I haven't had any for months and months, which means my blood pressure is in check. Now if I eat something and my sugar level goes up because there's sugar somewhere in that food, that's why I don't go anywhere near Mackie Do's, Jollibee, KFC, fast food places, and I don't go because oils affect my eyesight. So this Dorado, it has the beans and it has has a really, really lovely lemon dressing, a lovely lemon sauce with it. That is just stunning, an absolute stunning meal on its own. The salad is very, very nice, but I don't like these Hungarian sausages. They are not doing this salad the justice it deserves. It's got feta, it's got the chickpeas, it's got the beans, it's lovely. But the star of my meal today, this is stunning, absolutely stunning. Fresh, vibrant, tangy, zesty, punching me in the stomach like food should do. Unbelievable, lovely. I'm going to enjoy it. Broccoli, salmon, cinnamon, oats, then apple, okay, cashew nuts, lettuce, avocado, those blueberries, pomegranate, cranberries, dates, they all help bring my sugar level down, bring my blood pressure down, bring my glycemic level down, and that's what I have to work on. Not just once a week, every day. Every day. Black olives, high in umami, high in natural oils, eat them. And mashed potato is a vice. So, looking after these is a full-time job. Now, I did look at an operation that was in Europe, and what it does is it repairs for blind people your eye. It takes out the centre part of your eye. So you've got your eyeball and you've got that bit in the middle. It takes that out. That takes part of your tooth, your own tooth. It takes that out, trims it up, and then puts a lens inside the tooth. And then they put that back in your eye, shave it, flatten it, and then put a lens on. I make it sound easy. It's not. It's a serious operation. And the reason they use your tooth is because it's already growing in your body. Your body already understands the tooth as being part of your physiology, your chemistry. If they were to put something else in there, like porcelain, your body might reject it, and then you've lost the vision. You know, or you might never repair what has happened. So they use that, but I can't afford that. But it's there if you've got a lot of money, or you've had a serious accident with your eyes. Yeah. But it's there and you can get it done. It's fascinating when you look into it. Oh God, Gary, you're so and but you know, they just, where you've got your lens, they take that out, and then behind it they cut a hole. They put a bracket or it's not called plastic, it's called something else, silica sleeve inside. When they get this tooth, take it out, grind it down to fit, and you're talking microns and millimeters of grinded down in the middle of the tooth. Then they turn around and put this lens, and that lens becomes a fixed lens focal lens that's trained on the back of your eye, and your back of your eye does all the focal bit. The lens just turns around and gives you your vision. I never asked the question if you could do both eyes. They were only looking at one eye, this eye, because this eye he's already had major surgery, and it's held together with titanium and other bits and bobs. Even if I don't look at it, well, I've got a nose that goes around the corner, so you know when I'm coming, because my nose gets there first. Anyway. So my diet is becoming more controlled regarding what I eat and when I eat. I always eat between 1 and 3 o'clock. Before that, I don't have any appetite. I might have a bowl of cereal for breakfast, and I might turn around and enjoy some water and some cinnamon in my porridge. That's it. As soon as and there's not a lot of it. There's not a lot of it. I've noticed that my portion sizes have done this. Now, when I get to between 1 and 3, I get a bit irritable. My resistance comes down, and I need to eat, and I can feel it. My body feels it, and my eyesight starts flickering. It starts becoming more blurred because I don't have enough fluid in my body. And I've mentioned this a couple of times. The reason I drink Coke Zero is I can get it here. Other waters that are in plastic bottles, I don't trust what is in that plastic bottle. Plastics always migrate into the fluid that's in the bottle. That's why I always drink water out of glass. So I'm enjoying that immensely. So to the 3 or 4 people that have asked me about vision and loss of vision in the Philippines, daytime is good for me, and I'm okay with that. Nighttime is a bit difficult, and I need to get a taxi somewhere, or I need to get somebody to turn around and drive me. Annie worries about me when I go out at night, but I rarely go out at night now. I don't know. Riding the scooter, got a 10-year driving licence, but I don't go on a scooter because the vision needs to be there to see what the hazards are, and I would be at risk because I wouldn't. Sometimes I don't see the balls that bounce, or the cats that run in the road, or the dogs that run in the road, or jeepneys that just overtake you and slam on their brakes and stuff. So I'd rather stay away from that, and that's what I tend to do. So living in the Philippines with deteriorating vision, it's a challenge. It will progressively get worse as I get older. So at the moment I'm going on to 69. Will I get to 79 and I'll still be able to see this wonderful, lovely country? Will I be able to see? But one of the strange things is you look at me and it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with me, apart from I've got no hair, I've got more chins than a Chinese phone book, and my nose goes round corners. I've got my apple feta and cranberry and cashew nut salad, which is what I have all the time when I come here. So some people ask about what I eat and why I eat. Well, when I find a restaurant that serves consistently good food, I will frequent that restaurant. A lot of restaurants in the Philippines will turn around and be consistent on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, and then inconsistent on Thursday, Friday, and then absolutely terrible on Saturday and a Sunday. Now that's not all restaurants. That's just some of the things that happen to me over my 9 to 10 years living in the Philippines. This is Bricks. They got two offers in Davao, and they're both consistent. Apart from the fact, and there isn't a fact, Here at Ecoland, the salad is a bit bigger, but it's got exactly the same ingredients in it, it's got exactly the same products, and it's got exactly the same blue cheese dressing. Now I'm going to get a fish provençal with my mashed potato, and that should be served on a board with a little white rectangular dish, chopped tomatoes over the top and olives with lemon juice. And then the mashed potato should be fresh creamy mashed potato, not overly buttery, hot, and it should be firm as mashed potato is. Too many times I come into the Philippines, I eat out, and it's fried fish, fried this, fried that. So you can find some nice places that do chicken adobo, or they turn around and they do humba, or they turn around and do insala, or they do kinilaw, or they turn around and they do pancit canton or Bicol Express. But they're all wok fried. They're all wok fried. They're all using oil, and that is the bit that I struggle with, because oil, whether it's seed oil or coconut oil, doesn't do me any good at all. And as I've got older in my life, I've become more finicky in what I'm eating. So I'm going to show you three meals today on this vlog. When I get my potato and I get my fish, I'll do that, and then I'll talk about my eyesight, because that's why I eat this food. Because it's what the doctors have turned around and told me I need to do to stabilise my eyesight.